guys, this is Annette with Sun to Shine Astrology and Tarot, and welcome to today's astrological event. Today I'm going to be discussing January 20th, 2021. That is the day that it is Joe Biden's official inauguration for the President of the United States. The reason I chose this day as an astrological event, it's not that we have a major energy shift, but I do like to look at energy when it is initiated. And the fact that Joe Biden is going to become the President of the United States, he is going to replace Donald Trump, that's a big initiation and a transfer of power. So I'm like, what's going on that day? So on Inauguration Day, the Sun in Aquarius is going to be in 0 degrees. Now, 0 degrees is a critical degree. The Sun is going to be squaring Uranus, and Uranus is Aquarius's ruler. I thought that was really interesting. The other thing I thought was interesting is that the Sun in Aquarius, which is in that critical 0 degree mark, is going to be conjunct Jupiter in Aquarius, Saturn in Aquarius, and Pluto in Capricorn. Now, understand that the Sun in Aquarius is putting a spotlight on change. So I was really curious about what type of changes are going to be happening, and not only this year, but in the next 4 years. There is going to be a lot of progression. There's going to be a lot of expansion. We're going to stretch our boundaries, and we're going to open up our minds to new and innovative ways of thinking. I think what is going to be the most positive energy about this year is that unconventional thinking is going to become our new norm. And I also think not only this year, for the next 4 years, we are going to create so many new opportunities in technology and the advancement of technology. Because as we move forward, we're going to have better safeguards in place. I feel like there's going to be some big breaches on the internet and in technology, and that will initiate us to start to think of better ways to control people penetrating and making our internet unsafe and unsecure. Now, on Inauguration Day, the Sun in Aquarius squaring Uranus and Taurus and squaring Mars and Taurus is interesting because Uranus and Mars are both conjunct in 6 degrees. So both of them are in 6 degrees, squaring the Sun. So that means there is going to be a restriction that you're going to push up against. There is going to be an obstacle that you have to overcome. There is going to be, you're not going to be understood. You're going to feel like you're a little bit different in a particular area. And I feel like we're going to see people being super unpredictable. We're going to see a lot of chaotic behavior. And people are going to surprise us pretty much during this Aquarius season. And I think one of the things that I think is going to be most surprising is what people do, the actions that people take. It's going to be shocking because the energy that is motivating Uranus is in its fall position, in its detriment, which means it goes into its polarity. So the polarity of Taurus energy is Scorpio energy. So guys, these are feelings that run really, really deep. These are our biggest fears, our most nefarious demons that we have. They're all going to be coming to the surface. And we're going to see a lot of absolutely radical behaviors from people. We're going to see people challenging authority. Big time. Big time. And we're also going to see things start to fall apart. for the most part, because we do have a Pluto in Capricorn still wreaking havoc, breaking down, and destroying things that no longer serve us. So understand, it is a crumbling foundation that is being leveled so that we can build on something firm. And in order to do that, sometimes you have to have a clean slate. And I feel like for the most part, that is what 2021 is going to give us, is a clean slate to build new and progressive ideas on. Now, I'm giving you the negative energy first because there's some beautiful positive energy to talk about. On the day that Joe Biden becomes the president, Chiron is going to be in Aries. It's going to be sextiling Jupiter in Aquarius, sextiling Saturn in Aquarius, and sextiling the Sun in Aquarius. So guys, this means that we have the chance to re-identify with things. And we have the ability to see past the illusion of something, and we can manifest it and make it real. And we can face it head on. And we can create things, start over, and progress in a way that will launch us forward and into the future. As you can see here, as we initiate a new president and he builds a strong new foundation out of the government, there's going to be lots of diverse opinions because he's chose a very diverse support system. We might see a lot of neat and interesting and unusual paths they take besides just our conventional and traditional ways of thinking. Another thing I think is very, very interesting about what I'm looking at is the fact that we have a Plutonian moment that is happening with our sun here when Joe Biden is inaugurated. I know that we're cynical right now, and I know that we're angry, and I know that many of us are sick and tired of the way that things have traditionally always been done. And we are looking for a leader to elect that will bring about the changes we want to see. But you guys, that is not the future. We were activated so that we could collectively understand that with enough pressure and with enough determination, the collective, that 99%, is actually going to be the ones that change the future. Because they need our vote. So yeah, things need to change in the electoral process, definitely, and especially in the technology. And we will see that. We will, thanks to what happened. We will see better cybersecurity, I think for sure. We will also be very, very aware of when people are trying to manipulate us through media and through the control that big tech companies have over us. So you have to understand, a lot's been unveiled, but a lot of progression is going to come out of what was unveiled to us. So we have to be open to understanding the big picture, because Aquarian energy is pretty much the big picture. When you've got Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto all in these energies, conjunct with the sun spotlighting, you have to understand what is being emphasized is the fact that we have a lot more control than we think we do. And we have the ability to make progressive changes. And we can let go of things that no longer serve us. And we can progress in areas that we can control. I mean, there are things that are outside of our control. Yes. But understand, this is eureka moments. The sun could shine on big ideas. You could have that flux capacitor moment, that's in Back to the Future, where he falls and hits his head and then he invents the flux capacitor. You can have that moment in energy like this, where it's like your eureka moment. But you got to get out of your own way, and you got to get out of your head, and you got to accept that things are going to change. If you're rigid and you're stuck and you want things to stay conventional and traditional, this is going to be such a tough year and such a tough 4 years for you. Because the one thing I see out of this day when Joe Biden becomes the president of the United States is that the United States will change. You can be cynical all you want to, but I guarantee you we will not go back to the way that things have always been. It will change, and it's going to be really uncomfortable for a lot of people who don't like change. Mars is going to be in Taurus, Uranus is in Taurus, they're conjunct in 6 degrees, and they're in the fall position. At first, we're going to be dealing with these really deep emotions filled with hypersensitivity. Absolutely going to happen. I feel like everybody's emotions are going to run high, and we're going to be really worried about this transition of power. Well, the good thing about it is once we start moving into this energy and we get past some of these aspects, especially the Mars and Uranus kind of aspect there, then we can start to really face some of those things that we are hypersensitive about, and we can start to detach a little bit from them and process them analytically. And that will be very easy in all this Aquarius energy. And as we're moving into the age of Aquarius, there's only one way that we can really go with this energy, and that is to push past it and to move on from it. And that's really easy to say, but super hard to do. Expect weird and unusual things to come out of Joe Biden's presidency. Expect radical ideas and concepts, and expect that you've underestimated Joe Biden in some way. Just expect it, or the people that are going to be holding positions of power in wherever you are. Expect the unexpected. That is the best way that I can try to prepare you for what's coming, because it's crazy town. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for watching. Much love to all of you, and just go out there and be the progressive change you want to see in the world.